Hey, how is everyone? Well, it's that time again. It's Morning Minutes. I wanted to check in with you on whether you think it's a buyer's market or a seller's market. A lot of press has been coming out as the markets and cities start to reopen that it's a buyer's market, that we've had this glut of buyers waiting to buy, and now they'll be coming out and in droves wanting to buy houses. Well, I think we've probably seen that there's actually still been a lot of activity in the Jacksonville market, even through some of the closings and the tempered showings. We've still had quite a few market areas that are experiencing multiple offers on properties and full price offers or very close to full price. Take a look at some of the research. The research is showing us that we're still running at about 96 to 98% list to ask price in most of our markets. Some of you are even closer to 100. There are a couple of spots in our market areas that have shifted just a little bit. But if we look at the inventory tells us we've dropped below 7,000 again in the last 2 days. That means that we were up to about 7,300, and now we're back to about 6,900 listings, residential listings on the market. So this is telling us that properties have been coming off of the market. So what would indicate that it's a buyer's market? Well, if the sellers are willing to make adjustments on their pricing, if there's a lot of inventory for the buyer to take a look at, so there are a lot of options, and we're still not seeing that. However, in certain markets throughout our city, we are seeing a little tighter on the listing inventory, as well as in certain other markets, we're seeing a little bit more of opportunities with listings, a few more listings on the market. So what I would recommend is take a look at your local market and then use the tools that are available to you. There's a terrific buyer presentation out there. If you don't choose in your buyer consultation to use the presentation, at least use the first couple of slides that will help you remember how to summarize what the process includes for a buyer. A buyer wants to know that they're working with the right person who's an expert and who can help them through the process and the paperwork. And a couple of those first slides in the buyer presentation help keep you on track to demonstrate all of the different steps that you participate in, because we're not always great about identifying all of the things that we do. So take a look at those first couple of slides. Take a look at a couple of slides later on also that remind you to talk to your customers about short sales, foreclosures. Those are increasing in our market space. And the big one, new construction. Please don't forget to talk to your buyers about the importance of including you in on new construction. Remember, they need someone on their side. So whether you think it's a buyer's market or a seller's market, take a look at the resources. There's a new listing presentation coming out. There's going to be some really cool things that are going on with that, and I can't wait to share those with you. But the buyer presentation is in there, so if you're working in a market that you think it's important to make sure that your buyer sticks with you, which is any market, you need to solidify that relationship, use that buyer's presentation. Take a look at the list to sales price percentage and take a look at the listings in your market. Please note that overall, our listings are still shy. We are still very low on inventory. If the sellers start to make adjustments in their current pricing because we see that the buyer influx is dissipating, that's it. If we see it's dissipating, we're all going to have to work a little harder to get those buyers in. So take a look. If you have questions, reach out to me at 904-537-6149 or via email at cleblond@cbvfl.com, and I hope you have a great rest of the week.